Welcome, dear friends, to another study of the Spiritist magazine. I hope you're having a blessed day, be a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever way and time you're watching this live or on demand. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be with you. And today, as we do every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here to study one of the articles from one of the issues of the Spiritus magazine. And today's article is from issue 63. It's titled, it's not by Emmanuel. Today we're going to study with Augusto Silva. So today's article is from issue 63, titled The Denial of the Impossible by Augusto Silva. And as always, dear friends, you can visit spiritistmagazine.org to find all of the issues free of charge to you. You can download the app. You can order the physical copy of the magazine if that's what you wish to do. In our case, every Tuesday, we are sharing with you the PDF version of the magazine. It shows on my computer. As always, we like to revise. This is the cover page of the magazine. The different articles are found in the thumbnails to the left of the big article, and there's so many articles for us to look at. So if you scroll down towards the end of the magazine, you're going to find an article that is titled The Denial of the Impossible. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We live, as we know, from the Gospel according to Spiritism. We're celebrating 160 years of it this year of 2024. We know we are living in a planet of trials and expiations. We are experiencing so many things happening around us, not only because it happens around us, but also because we have the power of the news and social media to connect us and not necessarily understand why things happen. We don't necessarily know why certain calamities come about. We definitely need to pray for areas where the calamities are produced by human beings, such as areas of war, areas of poverty, right? We have the resources to help each and every one on the earth. It's as soon as selfishness gets erased from the planet, we'll definitely see many ways where our lives are going to be more enriched by the presence of one another, where the physical needs will going to decrease. We have a more harmonious environment. That is on the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 3, because that's the law of progress that different worlds will evolve. So today we're going to study this beautiful article by the Spirit Augusto Silva, through the blessed mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. So our gratitude to both of them today. You're probably hearing my mouse scrolling back and forth here, so we can have just enough for us to read, but not the whole thing. So we want to focus on a few chapters at a time. So Augusto Silva says, the immanent creator cobices infinite possibility for all directions in any sector of work. So our creator God is giving us these infinite possibilities everywhere. Whether we know it or not, God is substantiating everything that happens in our lives. He says any construction apparently unworkable in our eyes is a viable work, as long as it meets the norms of the laws that guarantee us freedom in the direction of the eternal good. So everything that we want to do needs to be in alignment with the laws. See, He put the laws in capital. So those are the divine laws that reign and direct all the things that happen all around the universe. Hence, the fair imperative to remain faithful to the commitments and duties identified in our step, confident in the infallible wisdom that grants us this or that in accordance with the intention that drives our impulses, and the perseverance we demonstrate in the service to do. So let's dissect it out. So, whatever happens in our lives, the things we envision doing, the things we are destined to do because it's part of our incarnatory plan, all the inner workings of the growth and mindset around the earth, it's all in the norms of the divine wisdom. So if we want to do something, we want to, it may seem possible to us, but then perhaps are we in alignment? We ask ourselves, are we in alignment with the divine laws? And if it is, it will be meant to be, and the resources will grant to us. But then as we take commitments and duties, because we came here not to enjoy ourselves with plentiful, because this is not a divine or joyful world. We came here with commitments, things to do, with duties that we have towards ourselves, our shrines, which are our physical bodies, and others. So we need to remain confident in the wisdom of God that will grant us this thing or that thing. So sometimes we get rebellious and we don't know why things are working. It's certainly true when we are younger and less experienced and more anxious. We keep asking, why is this happening to me? Why can't I have what I want, right? But it is wisdom of God that is infallible that will grant us things. So let's make an inventory of what we have in our lives, how blessed we are, and then we thank God for it. But we also understand if I don't have it yet, because it's not time for it to be granted to us, because it's in accordance with our impulses and the perseverance. So what it is the central desire behind what I want? Is it for the greater good, or is it just to satisfy my inner needs and selfish needs as well? Because we're still growing. He says we should not ask about the future without embracing the tasks that the present unveil to us. So sometimes we get into the anxiety mode where we only think what's next, what's next, what's next. But then he's saying, let's embrace today what the present is bringing to us. So where are you in your life? What kind of activities do you do? What's your profession? What are your responsibilities towards family, towards community? Sometimes we see a lot of veiled selfishness when people say, I have to take care of my family first, because the Bible says, right? We have to take care of our family first, so otherwise we're worse than an unbeliever. And then we've masked that and we don't help anybody else. We just help us. We hoard the resources for ourselves. We live in areas that are privileged, and we are like, just for me, mine, my family, and we're not really being faithful to the duties and commitments. We are just incurring in even more selfishness. What should we do? He says, it's imperious to remain in action. So we keep doing it. We keep doing it. We're preserving the conscience in the light of hope. So we are confident that good spirits are with us. We're confident that if we're acting in goodness, God is with us. Whenever difficulties and obstacles enrich our learning, let's read it again. Whenever difficulties and obstacles enrich our learning, how many of us see difficulties and obstacles as a reason to give up, not as an enrichment for what we want to learn? And we came here to learn to give, to learn to serve, to learn to help. We have had many, many, many lifetimes where we just care for our own selves and our families. We had many reincarnations where the selfishness prevail, and that's where we find ourselves today with the results of those actions. So society is going to progress. The law of society will prevail. And then when there's difficulties and obstacles, it is a planet of trials and expiations after all. Widening the understanding of the superior will in order to execute its design. So, dear friends, everything that happens is due to the will of God. So, the moment we understand this, we are here to execute God's will as co creators in a lesser plane, as Andrea Luiz explained to us. Therefore, we need to understand that things happen for a reason. Things happen as they're planned in the spiritual realm, as they're authorized by the superior spirits who carry the designs of God, and we are here to execute it. Not to our liking, but to the liking of God. We are called to, what are we called to? Many people talk to us and say, oh, I don't know, I don't have purpose. That's the greatest complaint we have of the newest generations. They don't have purpose. They have everything comfortably given to them, but they don't have purpose. They don't have meaning. So let's see what we have to do. We are called to irremovable certainty in the victory of providence, which blesses us incessantly with the best for our souls according to the best that we offer to our companions. And that's where selfishness will never reign in the universe. The more we give, the more we receive. We are here to remain active, not inactive. I'm not saying that the law of, if you go to the book, the Spirit's book, third part of the Spirit's book, which our dear friend Carol Correa is studying at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, so stick around. We'll see that the law of work also dictates rest. But many of us just want to rest. We want to enjoy, we want to have. And how is it? We will be blessed incessantly with the best that is for us. So sometimes we are such children and we don't know what's best for us. And then it's according to what we offer. So if we offer blessings, we'll be blessed. If we offer understanding, if we offer kindness, if we offer ourselves, we'll be blessed in the same manner as well. So we can ask ourselves in the newer generations how much we are giving to others so that I can be blessed in return. In tune with the direction of life, our borders of the possible reach the continents of the unlimited. God is the denial of the impossible. Therefore, said Jesus, things that are impossible to humankind are possible with God. And remember, we are just humankind on the earth. There is only one of the many, 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 many planets that are out there and that we are yet to realize. And the James Webb's telescope is teaching us to be even more humble about what we thought we knew. And there's 96% of dark matter that we don't know yet. So we're only a tiny speck. And God is the denial of impossible. So whatever is out there, we are yet to learn. So we humble ourselves. We ask ourselves, I am a spirit. I'm an immortal soul living this physical existence in constant interaction between the two worlds. What am I here to do? And we look around where God is allowing me to be, what talents I'm allowed to develop, or things I'm allowed to have. Because remember, the same way we never think of being the ones who receive help, but it can go away according to God's design in half a second. A tornado passes by, a big storm comes in, an earthquake, a war gets started. We don't know. So the more detached we are from the physical, the more we can give up so that we can give to others in our community, the better off we are. We need to learn to be more communal, less selfish, and less cloud in the veil of caring for self and family first, because we came here to serve and to give back to humanity. Does it remains to do? What do we mean to do? It remains for us to act with serenity, relegating the oblivion of the unconformity in the heart, seeking to lengthen the return of the very acts in the sowing of the good. Once the Father of justice and love watches over all creatures in perfect omniscience and infinite goodness. Before the illness, trust. Before the fire of trial, calm down and think. Before the difficult moment, ponder. Before superior assistance always comes up. Are you going through trials? Calm down and think. Are you ill, or if someone you love is ill? Trust. If you're going through a difficult moment, ponder. What is this moment trying to teach us? Remember, the difficulties and trials are here to enrich our learning. Superior assistance always comes up. God is so good. God is so much full of grace that we are so blessed with so much. Superior spirits are always by our side, waiting for us to attune with them so that we can be of help to ourselves and others. Study the reasonableness of your fears in the face of your own activities, and soon you will recognize that frequently, where we judge to find the misfortune that may bring us despair and bankruptcy, we find incomprehension or a stubbornness which impel us to flee from the good that seeks us from the high. So God is this divine providence emanating resources. It's constant love, constant good seeking us, as we learn in the Genesis book, the chapter about God and divine providence. God is always giving. And it, depending on the level of evolution, we attune to different resources that are always being provided to us by divine wisdom. And then the ultimate resource that God provides you and I is love, that glues everything, that keeps everything together. So, talking about this loving message that brings us this consolation of calming down, of pondering, of trust, and not judging, not jumping into anxiety and despair. Let's keep working. Let's keep learning. Let's keep serving. And we are eternally indebted to Chico Xavier for his work, and also to Kardec, who started the Spiritist magazine many years ago, to this beautiful spirit, Augusto Silva, who is with us today, allowing us to understand the grandeur of God and the infinite wisdom and how everything happens because God wills so. This message is from the book Spiritist Ideal, through several spirit authors, through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. Dear friends, may you be able to visit spiritistmagazine.org to download all of the issues that you would like. Remember, you can always write to the editor-in-chief at spiritistmagazine@gmail.com. And I hope that between now and next time we meet, God willing, next week, we'll be back with you with another Spiritist Magazine program. Until then, stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.